Legal cannabis is exploding. Billions in sales. Hundreds of new dispensaries. Governments cashing checks faster than ever. New York alone cleared over $2.5 billion last year. On paper, that's success. But here's the problem. Everyone's celebrating, and everyone's still complaining. Influential growers in the US are warning other countries not to repeat America's mistakes. They're saying half-legalization doesn't kill the black market, it feeds it. And at the same time, the federal government is talking about rescheduling cannabis, finally moving it out of Schedule 1, which could mean real banking, real tax relief, real legitimacy. So if the industry is growing this fast, why does it still feel broken? Why are legal operators drowning in taxes while illegal markets are still thriving? Why are states pulling record revenue, but businesses and consumers are still stuck? And if cannabis is finally being treated like a serious industry, why does it still live in legal limbo? Today on The Sip, we're cutting through the noise. Just the real reasons cannabis is booming, and the real reasons people are still pissed off about it.
Man, this is actually exciting to talk about. People hear policy and regulation and think it's boring. But this stuff is wild when you really break it down. I mean, we're talking billions of dollars, governments scrambling, rules changing in real time, and nobody can agree if it's working or not. And that's what makes it fun. There's so many angles, so many opinions, and half the time you don't know if you should laugh, shake your head, or grab some popcorn. So yeah, this one's gonna be a good one. Let's actually enjoy pulling this thing apart.
Let's get straight to it. Legal cannabis is growing fast because demand was never the problem. People were already buying weed. Legalization didn't create demand, it just pulled it into the open. States saw dollar signs, tax revenue, jobs, regulation, so they rushed markets out the door. And that's where the criticism starts. High taxes, over-regulation, limited licenses, slow rollouts, and compliance costs that crush small operators. Legal weed ends up more expensive, harder to access, and slower to scale. So the black market doesn't disappear, it adapts. It undercuts prices, skips taxes, moves faster. That's the contradiction. Sales are booming, but the system is inefficient. Governments win early, operators struggle long-term, and consumers still don't get the best deal. That's why legal cannabis looks successful on paper and feels broken in real life.
And this is where things actually get interesting. The federal government moving cannabis out of Schedule 1 is a big deal, because Schedule 1 means no medical value and high abuse risk, which never made sense when half the country already legalized it. Moving it closer to Schedule 3 doesn't legalize cannabis nationwide, but it changes the business game. First, taxes. Right now, cannabis companies get crushed by IRS Rule 280E. They can't deduct normal business expenses. Rescheduling could wipe that out. Second, banking. More banks, more loans, more legit financial services, less cash-only risk. Third, research. Medical studies become easier. Products get more standardized. The industry looks more real. Now, this isn't a magic fix. States still control markets. Federal prohibition doesn't vanish overnight, but this is the clearest signal yet that cannabis is moving from a gray market experiment to an actual regulated industry. That's why people are watching this so closely.
New York alone cleared over $2.5 billion in legal cannabis sales, and licensed dispensaries more than doubled in a single year. That's not growth, that's a land rush.
Yeah, everybody suddenly became a cannabis expert overnight. 5 years ago, people were whispering about it. Now there's like 550 stores and a line out the door.
And the state's not shy about it either. Over $360 million in tax revenue. That's real money.
Yeah, that's "we like this now" money. But it also explains why they moved fast. Too fast, maybe. But when you see those numbers, it's obvious why nobody hit the brakes.
Exactly. The growth makes sense. The criticism comes from how fast it all happened and who it actually helped.
Influential growers in the US, like California's Sisters of the Valley, are warning other countries, especially places like Australia, not to repeat the same mistake over and over. Half measures don't eliminate black markets. They protect them. When governments legalize just enough to say they did something, but keep the rules expensive, confusing, or impossible to navigate, they don't fix the problem. They create two systems, one that follows the rules and one that ignores them and wins on price. And that's the part that should bother everyone. If the government wants safety, transparency, and tax revenue, and people want access, quality, and fairness, why make it harder for the ones actually trying to do it right? Why punish compliance? This isn't just about cannabis. This applies to everything. When society stops rewarding people for playing by the rules, when effort, responsibility, and cooperation don't pay off, morality erodes. And when that breaks down, what replaces it isn't freedom, it's fear. No one wants to live in a world where doing the right thing feels stupid, or where breaking the rules feels necessary just to survive. If we actually want stable systems, strong communities, we have to make it easier for the people who choose responsibility to win. That's how you strengthen society, not by half legalizing it, but by committing to it. That's a wrap for today, but trust me, we're just getting started. The cannabis industry is a whole universe we've barely cracked open, and we're diving a lot deeper next time. Appreciate you for joining with us.
If you're tired of running the same race as everyone else, if you're trying to level up, break out, build something real, or simply become the kind of person people remember, then this is where you stay tuned. Because every conversation here is built for the ones who want better, expect better, and refuse to settle for the life they were handed. And if today gave you even one thought worth holding on to, do the things that actually help this show grow. Like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe. Those three actions push us past the algorithm and keep this movement alive. Share this with your best friend, and go ahead, send it to your mama too. She might need this more than you think. You're tuned in to The Sip, powered by Blaze and Haze. We'll see you in the next one.